Good morning. Welcome to the Jay Wilson Show. My name is Jay Wilson, aka Florida Turnpike. You gotta pay to get on and pay to get on. Welcome. Uh, oh Jesus! Well, I hope y'all are doing well out there. It is a cold 36 degrees here in San Antonio, so it is chilly out here today. Anyway, you all, I'm looking at a few things while I'm in this vehicle. All right. So I hope y'all are doing well. I just came on, but I see some diabolical work, and I'm going to talk about it when we get a few people in. Ready to go to McDonald's, get my coffee on. We're definitely going to do that. Ooh. Can I say they are closing a lot of CVS, and they are closing a lot of CVS pharmacies, y'all. Jesus. Come on in the room. I got a few things to talk about. I'm gonna wait till we get to a certain amount of people, and then I'll go ahead and give my thoughts on what's going on. I want to give a shout out to Yolanda Adams. Yolanda Adams is getting a lot of flack from church people. What's up, Agent? Thank you, baby. Um, yeah, Yolanda Adams is getting a lot of flack from church people because she thinks that you should treat everybody with dignity and respect. And pretty much, LGBTQIA community. Now, Yolanda's from Houston, Texas. Yolanda's makeup artist and stylist, um, is gay. So, she's like, wait a minute. But again, you all, everybody is not a stereotype. And that's the sad part about it. Everybody thinks that people in the LGBTQIA community are flamboyant and all of that stuff. But if they are, they're being their authentic self. And that's the thing. Folks don't want people to be their authentic self. They want them to be somebody else. They want them to be something that they can be comfortable with. And I just think it's really interesting that people always try to push things that they can be comfortable with. So shout out to Yolanda Adams there. A lot of you all are sending me these threatening videos that people are making, even though they think they're taking them off of line. People screenshot and screen record, and those don't come off of line. So all I'm going to tell you all is let people keep doing what they do. I'm going to hold those screenshots. Thank you for being so alert on those. I am keeping those. So even though people may take them down, people see you. I just want to make sure we know that. What's up, Mondo? What's up, CDP? Um, can I say something? Can I say something? So somebody sent me Envy and RNY, aka Rennie TV, um, show, and I think it's interesting. I think it's interesting. Y'all, I am seeing a trend. I am seeing a trend. Um, I am seeing a trend where people don't want to be a part of the beef sector, but they think they have a right to talk about the beef sector, which they do. But the problem comes when the beef sector starts talking about them or going off about them. And I notice that these people get super sensitive and super angry. They think they have the right to talk about everybody else, but no one has the right to talk about them. Now, I'm not saying that's RNY TV and but it reminds me of that. The difference between RNY and Envy is that the people are willing to spill everything to get attention. And this is why I don't give people play on my platform anymore. And this is why I am cutting access to me. Because at the end of the day, it's not because people go over to those people's channels, it's how diabolical they are on those people's channels and what they are willing to show and what they're willing to say. And my saying is truly there are no friends on YouTube is very, very real at this particular point. And I was looking at the people who's on RNY and Rennie's show and what they were willing to do and how these people play in folks' face, just collecting and gathering information. That's why I don't get close to folks. That's why, and I'm talking about on YouTube, on YouTube. But that's why I'm very wary and leery of people. That's why I say if I can't tell you in your face, then I'm not going to tell that other person because 9 out of 10 times it's going to come back up. But I'm just seeing how people operate in these YouTube streets. And it is paltry, it is poor, it is sad. And then, you know, the little stuff they talk about me, you know, Jay Weasel and Scam, it don't bother me. But I laugh because I see how unethical, how uncaring, and how diabolical these other folk are. And they are willing to get close to people, to get information from people, to go ahead and spill the tea. And that's what they live for. And that's why I don't give people access to me. That's why you can drop your phone number, right? It's going to stay right there. It's only a few people that I have access to like that. And even when we have access to each other, we are very, very surface in what we talk about. Because, baby, these girls are, baby, they are diabolical. And I'm talking about diabolical to the 10th power, diabolical. I just sat there and watched Rennie TV, RNY TV to some, and Envy, and how the people just popped on. And any new thing that can get some attention for them, that's what they do. And they're willing to do the ugliest things for attention. Wow. Let me see what y'all said here. Have you seen those videos Rob Rax and ex Daria posted there arguing in front of her young child? I wouldn't doubt it. Wow. Oh, somebody showed me. Oh yeah, yeah. Somebody showed me. Let them call my people and see what happens. Let me tell y'all something. My people don't play. My people know exactly what I do on YouTube. Yeah, he took down that live stream, but I have the live stream. I have the live stream. And see, this is the thing. You can take down live stream all you want, but people are screenshotting and sending it back to me. Now you can call my family if you want to, because baby, they know exactly what I do. And you might find yourself in jail. Don't play. I'm just saying. Don't play. You call whoever you want to. People to Jehovah, that's harassment. But let him do what he want to do. You don't think the police department don't know? Y'all don't think the police department ain't watching? Let Brian do what he want to do. Let him do what he want to do. Let him do what he want to do. I know exactly what he said. I have the video. Somebody screenshotted it. And if you don't think that civil or police department won't know about it, but let him do what he want to do. And I'm just being real. I'm not alarmed. I'm not alert and all of that stuff. I'm not losing sleep. It is what it is. Those screenshots, I appreciate you all um, getting the video. Because again, you can take the video down, but when somebody actually screenshot that video, they actually record the video recording. You can't do nothing about that. So thank you for sending that, and I appreciate it. I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm not gonna say anything else about it. I'm gonna leave it right there. Hold on for a minute, you all. I gotta order my food. Okay, you all, I'm back. Let me tell you something. When people are that diabolical, then they need help. We'll talk. Let me say this, you all. Good morning. How are you doing? Good. Look, you all, I am not worried about these people. You up there trying to destroy somebody else's life, you're going to destroy your own. What was given wasn't diabolical. Ron is in, thank you. You have a good one. Mhm. Um, let me say this, you all. People who have nothing to lose will cause you to lose everything. And people up there claiming they got a lot to lose but act like they don't. All I'm going to say is Brian got embarrassed because he did something. And so you got to realize that it's always the other person's fault with him. It was Rose's fault. Even though he went on and said that Rose was trying to seduce him by telling that story. But the bottom line is then he got mad at Rose when Rose defended himself and said some things. And so long as he can talk about you, as long as he can say whatever he wants about you, he's fine. He doesn't think about the other person. It's just about him. Long as he can do what he wants to do, he's good. But as soon as you step out and do what you want to do, then it's a problem. As long as Roe was attacking other people and sticking up for himself by attacking other people, Roe was fine. But as soon as Roe starts sticking up for himself against him, then Roe is the problem. You know, that's a pattern there. And I'm being real, that's a pattern there. So, again, that's with Roe. That nubiology thing. Brian don't see. He did that lady wrong. It took all of the beef sector to really say, hey, man, don't do that. And then he got it. It's always apologizing to people. You know, you don't think it's something wrong with taking people money and not following through on what you said you were going to do. It's a joke to him. You see what I'm saying? So it's always that kind of way. Always promising something and don't follow through. Always doing X, Y, Z and don't follow through. And so with trademark, and again, the trademark thing could have been out long time ago on YouTube. But trademark never said anything until he got mad. Now, again, these are how things snowball. Brian got mad because trademark said something in the chat concerning his interview on Sir King. Brian got mad at trademark, then proceeded to go on Trish's channel. He's gonna get his lick back, right? And started to talk about trademark, like trademark was some deviant. That was the whole goal, to paint trademark as a deviant. So people will look at trademark like, ooh, he did that, but he didn't put himself in the mix. Everything was trademark, but none of it was Brian. Everything was trademark. None of it was Brian, according to how he told me. Trademark heard it, and trademark like, oh no, you're not getting ready to do that. It takes two. And trademark was like, I'm not ashamed of anything I did. As a matter of fact, trademark came up on my platform and told it. And told it. Then Brian gets mad. Trademark sent me the emails and the text messages or whatever that corresponded between the two. Because Brian was trying to say that Trademark wasn't telling the truth and so on and so forth. But the bottom line is Brian is upset because he looks thirsty. And those were his words, and he knows that those were his words that he said. So he's mad at Trademark. Now, that didn't come out because I said, you know what, it's the holiday season, I'm not going to do that. I laid back for Brian. It was not my fault that Brianna came on and said that you owe her money. It ain't my fault. But again, you always borrow from people or promising something from somebody. And you promised Brianna something, and she said it's time to pay up on your promise. That's what Brianna said. Well, Brian gonna call himself getting his lick back at me. So he's gonna go on Peace's channel and proceed out of nowhere to say, I think something going on with Binary, aka Binary, and Jay Wilson, and proceed to talk about some things that he's done and all of this stuff unfounded. Again, now you can sit there and talk about me and make these little fairy tales up about me with Pizarro, who sat there and co-signed it. That's why I look at her with the side eye. Because she sat there and co-signed it instead of saying, Brian, you don't know that. Or but because she don't like binary. Because she don't like binary either. She joins in the reindeer game. Because that's what they do. And this is why I ain't friends to none of them. Well, I hear it. And I say, oh, this is what we gonna do? I said, okay, well, I'm gonna bring evidence behind what I said. Then somebody tried to threaten me like they own me. And I'm like, are you serious? Again, because you can say what you want. And I don't have any recourse, but I can't say what I want. Oh, hell to the no. But then I said, oh, I'm not going to do this for free. Baby, I heard Deanna Irvin talking about some punk and all of that. I said, oh, no, I'm not. But I tell you what, I'm not a punk, but I'm going to get paid. So I may not be that P, but I'm sure going to get paid. I'm that other P. I got $200. I sure did. I sure did. And I told it. I redacted names. I redacted faces. And truth be told, everything was mostly trademarked. Brian didn't have no pictures. Brian didn't send no news. But yet he wants y'all sympathy. And then he gonna get on there and talk about he's embarrassed. He's this. Okay, well, think about everybody you've embarrassed. Think about everybody you've done shit to. But yet you have the right to do that. But you think that no one else has recourse. Okay. So all of these threats and stuff, baby, I'm not worried about one bit of it. Because I got some for it. And baby, I don't want, is my certificates in vain? Girl, I don't want your certificates to be in vain. I want you to be able to work somewhere. Okay? I don't want you to be, okay, losing your license and stuff because you done did something crazy. Stalking and harassing. Because the girls are collecting things on you. And I'm going to say this, Brian, as much as folks don't like me, they do not like you at all. They despise you. Because they think that you are crazy. They think you're dark. They think you're diabolical. They think that you snap. And when you do, you don't think straight. And this is what you do. And they don't think that you're sane. And they think that you're really dangerous. I'm telling you. About 3 people hit me up with the screen recording of what you said. And I'm not going to go into detail about it. All I'm going to say is when it happens, I'm going to have that evidence sitting right there. Is my certificate in vain? Am I wasting my time? Can the clock be rewound? Okay, keep on. Okay, let me see what y'all saying. Let me see what y'all saying, because I'm going to see what y'all saying. Because it seems like some people got some words for me. Hold on, y'all. Can I get back on here? Yes. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. Let me drink my coffee. Brian has no control of nothing but his mouth. True, true, true. When Brian apologizes, or when Brian apologizes, it's not from a genuine place. He only apologized as a matter of tactic. He feels out. Well, I think you gotta think, yeah. Brian would have shut his mouth on Jay Wilson, then you would have shut it down and said, "Zone anything, bro." That's the whole thing. I hadn't said anything about Brian. I had put them things up. I said, okay. I said it's the holiday. I ain't gonna show nothing. It is what it is. I'm cool with it. No, 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 no. Brian got to go run his mouth on Pizarro's channel and keep on talking about me. And then trying to make some up about me and binary. I'm like, oh no, you can't do that. Okay. Correct, Myra. And I don't, let me say this, I don't work behind the scenes with nobody. This is why I was sitting there like, I don't even have Binary's telephone number. I don't even think I have Binary's email. But I'm working behind the scenes. That's what he's telling Pizarro, and she co-signed. And then I'm like, oh, okay. Maybe I can let whoever I want on my platform. This is an entertainment apparatus. And that's the thing. And that's what y'all got to understand. This is entertainment. I am a comedian. This is a show. Now, just because somebody takes this entertainment to reality, that's their business. And like I said, at the end of the day, um, you can't talk about people and expect people not to say nothing. So again, I don't give a damn to whatever that person name is there. So I let people come on my. That's another thing. Let me say, because people like, who is this person here? Lord Jesus, I'm about to part. I'm gonna read. Honey. I'm gonna read these notes. I'm gonna read these notes real quickly. Ah, ooh, this heat is heating, honey. This heat is heating. Come on, heater. Come on, heater. Okay, y'all. Ooh wee. Okay, let me get on in here. Give me a minute, y'all. I'm parking. Okay, let me read y'all comments now. So this is Shay Nicole, but you continue. But Shay Nicole, I don't tell people to click on my link. So Shay Nicole, that's like saying that I had something to do with Castro and Tommy. No, I didn't. Nobody told them to click on the link. Nobody tells them to do that. When have I begged Brian to come over here and click the link? Never. Never. My thing is this. Don't say nothing about somebody you ain't willing somebody to say about you. That's the bottom line. And no, the rules of engagement. When you step out of those rules of engagement and it gets to the point where you emotionally distraught, then you need to leave the YouTube street. When you want to take things off of YouTube and do that, then you need to leave the YouTube streets. Because at the end of the day, you did something, you said something, you didn't have evidence about it. You did something and said something with somebody else, and I had the evidence, and I brought it forth, redacted, of course, and you got pissed off. That had nothing to do with me. Leave folk the hell alone. Moving right along. Now he can say whatever he wants. I just keep it. That's all. Hey, D Miss O. Stephen. Stephen. Really? Stephen, you are a learned man. It seems like you got a degree of one. Do you think I'm concerned about something that somebody sent to me, a picture that they sent to me and had nothing to do with him? And that let them call. Let them call. Do I seem worried? Hell no, I'm not worried. You've had people show up to folk houses, somebody pull a gun on somebody, a pow pow on somebody. You've had all of this happen. I'm not worried about a thing. I'm gonna move right along in Jesus' name. But you don't hear me harassing folks. You don't hear me saying that I'm getting ready to go to Houston and I'm gonna stalk you out and find this and this and oh no 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 no, because that's criminal. You don't see me doing that because that's criminal. And I'm gonna leave it at that. Moving right along. Myra said he needs to think about how he scammed the people on YouTube. Baby, I'm gonna leave it right there in Jesus' name. And I'm reading y'all comments. That's what I'm saying. Again, these girls, they say a lot, and they should be saying a lot less. You know, you train to take people out. You've trained. Okay, and now you threatening people, but yet you have a firearm and you work in the law enforcement, but yet you threatening people. That don't look good for your job. Don't look good for your job. I'm just saying, because I'm not threatening anybody. I'm about level 300, level 300, not one, not two, but three, girl. Level three, honey. He done trained with Kung Fu Panda, okay, but maybe he know Krav Maga, karate, ninjutsu, judo. All of it. That come with level 3, okay? And then he got old nasty piece of invisible cloak from Harry Potter. Experiante, and he can, girl. That's what you get with level 3, girl. He went to the cordon bleu of certification 3 certification. So now, Shay Nicole, do I look concerned? Moving right along. Yeah, Tommy got some stuff. You know, when you know what you've done, child, nobody don't got time for that. Yeah, Shay Nicole. Do you see me concerned? The law is for the lawless, and I didn't break the law. Girl, this Shay Nicole, baby, honey, she got it in for me today, girl. Ooh wee. I'm so gibbery. Girl, Stephen, me, and by nerdy of all people. That right there. That right there. That right there. That right there. Okay. Interesting. Brian showing out for Pizarro, but honey, when you go to jail, Pizarro won't be right there. See, that's Pizarro is a troll. Pizarro is still trolling. She does it in a different way. But that's why I say people be smiling in your face, loving child. These folks, honey, I'm here for my coin. I'm reading these things. That was your sarcasm. That was your sarcasm. Brian is sensitive and vindictive. Yes, very vindictive. And again, he can do stuff to Roe. And I use Honest Roe because he has done the most with Roe. It's a love to hate thing. He really likes Roe, but he wants to destroy Roe at the same time. And that vindictiveness is deep and it's sad. And unfortunately, it's going to be his demise. Again, he was okay with Roe when Roe was doing what he wanted Roe for him to do. When Roe was telling off everybody else, oh, he was getting the kiki. But when Roe started standing up for himself, then it became a problem. And then he was trying to set Roe up by getting Roe in positions and predicaments and then sat back and laughed at Roe. We've seen that a couple of times because that's what he does. Just plain and simple. Baby, with Claude Van Damme. I'm reading y'all comments. Oh yeah, he want Roe to himself, and he act like he don't like Roe, but he really do like Roe. It is what it is, y'all. But again, he can do everything that he want to do. He can say anything about anybody that he wants to. He can curse out everybody, and there shouldn't be any recourse to him. But then when you up the ante, then I'm depressed. I feel like I'm gonna go eat a whole turkey wing and a turkey leg, and I'm gonna turn the lights off, and I'm gonna get on the pillow and cry, and I'm gonna do all of this. But yet, you told the people that Roe was hunting in his grandmama's house like his grandmama was about to open the door and find him. But yet, that lady is dead. You tried to even implicate Roe in having the House of Virginia because he was sleeping with a friend, according to you. And so, because the friend has the House of, so you tried to implicate Roe in that. I'm sure Roe felt dark and embarrassed and all of that because of what you said. Then you said Roe was chasing a man who was married and he took his money. I'm sure Roe felt some type of way about that. I'm sure he felt embarrassed and shamed and all of this stuff. Because the difference was Roe told you that in confidence. And you let that out because you were mad at Roe and you wanted to hurt Roe. So I'm sure Roe felt those things as well. But see, Brian, again, I'm going to bring it to your attention. You're mad because you thought Trademark was going to be a victim. You thought Trademark was going to be a victim. But Trademark is a victor. He said, let me tell you something, ho. You can't spray me with my own. I know who I am. And then Trademark said, show the video. He said, y'all might be able to learn something from it. God darn it. He said, y'all show the video because you might learn something from it. But see, this is the thing. You tried to set him up without telling your part in the situation. See, you tried to set that man up, but you thought you was going to keep your hands clean. But Trademark said, oh, no, 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 no. I wouldn't have sent the pictures unless somebody requested them. Trademark said, I saw the comment that you deleted. So what I did was gave you what you wanted. And how do I know you wanted it? Because you kept it. And not only did you keep it, you compared it to other folk. You enjoyed the picture. You told Trademark that this wasn't about sex, but this was about getting to know each other and being friends. But yet, it became sexual. And you got embarrassed because it came out. But see, Brian, you were trying to embarrass Trademark. You were trying to embarrass Trademark on Trish's channel. You were trying to make him, and you were trying to frame him as a deviant. Have you ever been swallowed? But you wanted to make him as a deviant. But you were trying to keep your hands clean. But when we start finding about, this is like Rico, you up there in the tier, jaded nerd and all of that, meaning that you've been looking at these people. Meaning that you've been looking at these people. That's what you was doing. And so you felt embarrassed about that. But you didn't think about Trademark Fortune's embarrassment. You didn't care anything about making him look some kind of way. You didn't care about what people would think of him because all you wanted to do was get your lick back because Trademark said that you, I don't know the exact words, I don't know if it was ignorant or stupid, but what he was saying is don't put your brother up there for a YouTube click and view. And then you came back at Trademark saying that I wasn't going to do that, da, da, da. But yet you did it to Mississippi. You brought Mississippi on my platform. And it started off good. And I'm going to tell y'all again, y'all, I do like Mississippi. And let me tell you why I like and respect Mississippi. I like and respect Mississippi because Mississippi said, we're not going to put all of our business in the street. We're not going to do that. And Brian was willing to throw Mississippi under the bus because something triggered in him to get mad at Mississippi from something that Mississippi had done in the past. And Brian was getting ready to throw Mississippi under the bus. I saw it happen in real time. But Mississippi, being smart like he is, saying, no, we're not going to do this. And Mississippi stopped it right there. Oh, yeah, he switched up on people, Stephen. When Mississippi said, no, you're not going to be calling me at this time, I put D&D on my phone for anybody during this time. Respect the man's boundaries. You couldn't do that. You feeling a certain way about that. You willing to, you got over that. Then the man said he didn't want to have no children. And you ended the relationship. I don't think that relationship was ended because he didn't want to have no children. Because if that's it, that's weird. Because like I said, half the time, you can't even afford yourself, much less another mouth to feed. And again, also, let me tell you what was important too in that correspondence. Brian wanted to accuse Trademark Fortune of being a doxer because Trademark knew Brian's banking institution and it threw Brian off guard. But Brian forgot that he said it. He told it. And this is why you should be so careful of the information you share. You didn't have to show me that you borrowed money from your settlement and then show it. Again, but that's what y'all do. Y'all always trying to prove something to somebody. But for the mere fact that you shared your banking information with everyone, and then Trademark Fortune brings it up and you think he's doxing you, it just goes to show you the mental state and how fragile you are. Now, you can say and do all of those things that you say you're going to do. You can come right on and do them. But if you want to maintain your level 3, I suggest that you think long and hard before doing that. And this ain't even a threat. I ain't threatening nobody, but you think long and hard before you do that. Because I would be devastated if you were stripped of that stuff and not able to carry a firearm again. I'm just saying. So, hey, Outspoken Savage, how you doing? And like I said, y'all, I'm not threatening anybody. I'm not sitting up here shaking in the boots and all of that stuff. Let me tell you something. These people are opportunists. Let them do that. But you know, y'all do know that it's harassment, though. You do know that's harassment. And my neighbors, being the people they are, baby, they would first of all get in contact with me and they say, I think you should call the police because this person is dangerous. This person is dangerous. And see, Brian, the sad part about it is you sat up and admitted it in front of all of these people, and I got the screenshot. Now, Brian, if I really wanted to be vindictive and be nasty and find you, all I would have to do is call Houston Police Department because I got your real name. I know your real name. and say, this man is harassing me. And I want you to see this video. I want you to see this video of what he said. And this person is licensed to carry and work in law enforcement, and he's harassing people. What is my recourse? See, you got to be careful because you work in law enforcement. Even though it's security, it's still law enforcement. And here you are breaking the law? Okay. All because of an embarrassing episode that you had. And then you are threatening to call trademarks job. Don't you know that it just opens the door so somebody can call your job? And see, Brian, you got to realize I've gone through this before. I've seen this play out before. See, I've been doxxed. Oh, people have called places. Oh, I've been through this before. Have you been through this? And see, Brian, the difference is all of my eggs ain't in one basket. Law enforcement ain't the only thing I can do. But my thing is, do you have some options? Because when you start doing what you do, people gonna do it to you. And that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not, but oh, people don't like folk getting people fired and all of that. They detest that. They abhor that. Even though you might get a click and a view, they abhor it. And especially when you carry a firearm and you threaten and harass it. And see, I'm not trying to go out and do that because, see, I can keep my shit on YouTube. But when you start taking stuff off of YouTube, it's gonna adversely affect you. And that's all I'm gonna say about that. And I'm not threatening. I'm not, baby. I'm not. I don't have time to curse and you sound angry, and you really need to go get some counseling because Brian, you have done a lot worse to a lot of people. People still talking about that nubiology situation because they couldn't believe how insensitive and uncaring you were when that lady was going through her medical episode and you sat there and laughed. Let me tell you something. I was done when he started talking about Nika's sister who passed away. After Nika gave him a package, after Nika gave him money, and he went in on Nika's sister. And what he said was so vile and despicable. I'm like, are you shitting me? Did you just say that? Nika had nothing to do with this. And you know what? He went off of Nika off of something somebody else did. It wasn't even Nika. Because he saw Nika in a place, he attached Nika to that and went off on her for something that simple. And I'm like, are you shitting me? We saw that in real time. That's Nika. And people have seen you do stuff. You took them people's money, which can be proven, in Seattle. Because they said, well, we're going to give you this money so you can go to Seattle. And what did it for me, y'all, was him saying that he was in Seattle. Baby, let me tell you something. Baby, narcissism knows no boundaries. And I'm not playing with that. You don't care about how these people feel. You don't care about, all you do is care about yourself and your feelings. You don't care about anybody else's feelings. You just care about your feelings. And my thing is, you and this scorched earth approach is going to take you out. Stephen said he took your $5 that he refunded, Stephen, because according to him, He said he was refunding people their money back. So if you want your $5 back, Stephen, did you request your $5 back? Because he should have gave it to you because he was refunding people their money. Now, I talked to Trademark. Trademark came on. Oh, he said you made it up? Oh, that's another thing. That's another thing. There were four. Okay. Priority alert. Two other people said that Brian blocked them when they requested their money back. Brian said these people are lying. All these people lying. Stephen, he said that you lying. He said that you lying too. See, again, this is why I look at folks. Baby, I don't weasel nobody. If I say you're going to get some money, you're going to get some money. Now, I talked to Trademark yesterday. And Trademark, I'm so sorry I had to cut it short because I had to go. I talked to Trademark yesterday. Trademark said everything that he had, he sent. Trademark said that he has no news of Brian. He was like, ugh. It was like, oh my God. Stephen said he worked all week for that $5. And that's what Trademark said. Ain't that something? Brian does seriously owe me 50 for nescation, but I don't think he'll ever refund me back. He blocked me. See? Again, I'm not sitting here lying. Y'all, let me bite into my sandwich real quick. So let me come back and say this. Hold on, y'all. Let me put my banner up. Give me a minute. Put your banner up. Just put in your banner up. All right, all right. We got wait a minute now. Let me come on camera. Let me come on camera. This Trademark is on camera. All right, we see you. We see you. We see you, Trademark. We see you. What's going on?
Ain't shit. That's you to your program.
Y'all, that's Trademark. Trade don't look like Brian. You know, Trademark look like one of them whinings. He look like one of them whinings. The question is, will I ever leave you? The answer is no, 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 no. He look like a whining. He look like a whining over there. Okay, let me go ahead. I had to say that. Go ahead, Trademark.
Yeah, so you know I was on Sir King. I was on Sir King panel the other night, and Brian he came up on that, and he kept telling me to like cam up, and I'm like, oh, it's like 4 o'clock in the morning. He just wanted me to cam up so he could try to like pick me, and so he can like have something to say about me and shit for real, for real.
Well, you cammed up.
Yeah.
He does look like a whining. He do look like a whining.
But my thing is, like Brian is in his mid 30s. I'm soon to be like, why do he want me? Why won't age that like try to like compare himself to?
Hey, Trademark, is your mic okay? What's going on?
All right, is something wrong with it now?
We can hear you now. Uh-huh.
Oh, all right.
So somebody said you look better than Brian.
I
Trademark is
think
not
so.
Trademark is not a bad looking person. You know, usually the guys who are older are not. Like Duchess Kelly Love is not a bad looking person. Okay? We got some good looking people here.
But I
So
always said that I always thought that we resembled each other.
mm-hmm. Hold on for a minute, Trademark.
All right.
So Trademark,
Yeah,
you was on Sir King channel. So how was that?
that was cool.
Okay. So you know now he has a big issue with me. I don't know why. I don't really watch that man.
Now, I mean, I knew that. Hey, why do I hear an echo?
Hold on, Trademark. I might have to come out of hold on, let me come out of my default. I'm actually in default. Give me a minute. Huh?
Yeah, hello.
Uh-oh. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I can hear you too. Hold on, let me come on camera now.
All right.
Okay, let me come
Now,
on camera.
but I mean, I know that y'all don't like each other, but I'm not the type of person that would like want. I don't want to talk about that. It got to normally talk. It got to be about me if we talking. So, but I do know that y'all don't like each other and shit.
Well, no. He don't like me. I don't really know him.
Oh, all
I
right.
just don't. I don't go over to his channel. Um, and it's been a long time. And when Lemon had popped up on my channel, it really got intense. It really got intense. So I don't know about that, but I will say,
And this lady came up on there too. I mean I don't really know her, but I remember seeing her on your panel like before. Her name was Mama D.
oh yeah, we know Mama D. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard of her before, and I
Yeah.
think
So did she have something to say too? Mama D used to love me. Ooh,
right.
she
Okay,
used to love me.
yeah,
Used to.
yeah,
But Trademark, why I have you here?
yeah.
Now, Trademark came onto my platform yesterday. Trademark said that he didn't give me anything that he didn't have. He had everything that he had, he gave me. Trademark said that he never received any news or anything from Brian. And of course, that's even mentioned in Brian's correspondence when he said, well, I'll send you one, but so, and then Trademark said, no pressure. And then Trademark said, I ain't no size queen. I mean, that was said in the email. So again, it proves that Trademark hasn't received anything. But all of this stuff is about framing Trademark to look bad. And what I said was correct. Trademark said nothing, and Rico knew of this as well. That's a whole nother ball of wax right there, because that's it. Even Rico was saying that he wanted to meet both of us and all of this. I don't know nothing about that either, but that was what Rico said.
No, but
But
I said that.
okay,
Okay.
so but um what happened was Brian was telling all of this stuff that Trademark did, but Brian was not telling what he did. He was trying to set Trademark up to look like he was a deviant, that he was after Brian. And what he did to Roe, he was trying to do to Trademark. Roe called me and he was talking nasty to me. And again, it made everything look like Roe was really interested in Brian. In actuality, it was the flip.
And it's the same thing that happened with Trademark. He sat there and talked about Trademark on Shish Trish, but didn't tell Shish Trish about what he did. And my question would have been, well, Trademark did all of that. What was your part in this? And I never got that question. Is that correct, Trademark? You happened to hear Shish Trish and you responded to it.
Yeah.
And so Trademark came to me. Now, this is the deal, you all. I was supposed to do this, but I said, no, I'm not going to do this. It's the holidays. I'm not going to be messy. I'm not going to put this out there because Trademark had already sent me the info. I'm like, no, I ain't going to do it. No, I ain't going to do it. No. And then a day ago, he on Piece's channel implying that I done got with by Nerdy and all of this. And Piece is sitting there co-signing. And I said, oh, hell no. Because he tried to make me. And I said, you know what? I said, you know what? I'm going to do this because I'm tired of this foolishness. And I got proof behind mine. And you know what people said, Trademark? Now, look. They said I gooped the girls with the information. No, I didn't goop you all. I gave you exactly what Trademark gave me. But what I ain't going to do is continue to do all of this for nothing. The devil is a lie. And so, again, I heard a lot of content creators say XYZ, XYZ. And I said, Trademark, I'm going to make them real mad. I'm going to make them real mad, Trademark. Not really mad, but real mad. Because I'm going to do it in Jay Wilson fashion and add a coin to it. Oh, and the girls got mad. Then somebody said, well, you ain't getting that from the banner competition. And so it is what it is. But I'm going to say this. Don't get in trouble. Because at the end of the day, my character witnesses are Honest Row, Nubiology, Trademark Fortune, Lady Nika. It's a lot of people you done screwed over. Priority Alert said you still owe him $50 and you blocked him and you said that he lied. Stephen just came up here and said that you owe him $5, but you denied him saying that. So is all them people lying? Is everybody lying on you? Did they get in a conspiracy to lie on you or to lie about you? See, and again, these people are coming up telling it. They coming up and telling it. And you diabolical. And my thing is, and this is the dangerous part, Trademark. This is the dangerous part. Brian can say what he wants to say about you, me, and Ro without impunity. He thinks that he can say anything because he's Brian and nobody ain't gonna stop him. And he can say it. But yet, when you say something about him, this is what you get. You see all of this? Now, Trademark has been easy like Sunday morning. Trademark ain't curse Brian out, ain't do none of that. You see how Brian is reacting? Talking about he gonna call the man job and all of that. All because Trademark commented in my platform that he didn't think what Brian was doing was wise to go on Sir King with his brother, and Brian got mad because of that.
All right,
and the next thing yeah, go ahead.
Y'all believe that, and I think I said this before. That wasn't why I called him an idiot. That's not why I called him an idiot. To be honest, I don't give a fuck if there was an interview. More than likely, I would have wanted to watch it. My whole thing is this. It was like the way how y'all was coming down on him, and y'all, to me, y'all was like dancing in his head. And that's why I said, boy, you are an idiot. Like, can't you think for your goddamn self? And that's what I was, that's why I was saying he was an idiot. It had nothing to do with.
But let me say this. It doesn't matter the context for the
Yeah.
mere fact that you called him an idiot, he don't see nothing else.
Right.
All that man can see is red. All he can see. And right now, all he can see is red, and all he's thinking about is how he can get his lick back. But I'm gonna tell you, it ain't going in well. And I'm
Yeah.
gonna tell you, I done been through this before.
But like
I
I
done.
said, it started months before that. Like when he was in the hospital and they did a little poll and I chose Honest Roadside instead of his side. And it was like so many motherfuckers in the comments like choosing Roadside. But I'm like, why the fuck you pick me to cuss me out? He always talked about I danced in my underwears in my basement. I'm 55 years old. I'm from Baltimore, and I say to do you, and you know, always talk about the way I talk. But like to me, that's not funny. That's like, you know what I mean? If we was cracking against each other, you wouldn't get no points for that. Like you can't say nothing about me, nigga. There's nothing that you can say about me that will move me. So he been saying that for a while, but what really ticked it off was when he said about when he talked about coming to Baltimore. Cause I ain't say nothing when he was saying about me dancing in the basement. I ain't never say nothing about that
Mhm.
shit. But it wasn't until he was like saying like, and that's why I didn't come to Baltimore to see me. And I was like, yo, hold check, yo. Whole motherfucking check. You know what I
Mm.
mean? You said you was coming down here, nigga. You hit me up a year before you even came down here, and periodically, as you can see in the emails, kept hitting me up to say, "Hey, I'm coming down," and it was getting closer and closer and closer and closer to the date.
One thing you did say too, that he mentioned that this was not about sex, but it seemed like a lot of stuff turned into sex. I read some of the emails and I'm like, well, darn. And then he even wanted a booty pic, and you, I read what you said, and it was really interesting. And even the farting the farting
Right, like
comment.
I didn't even understand that part when he was talking, so because I was like saying to myself, like, so he's into motherfuckers probably farting in his face. Cause when he's mentioning my ass and I say, yo, my ass don't do nothing but fart, and he was some like glory, I was like, damn, so this nigga into farts and shit. He wanted me to fucking fart in his fucking mouth.
Oh Jesus, what was that again? Oh Jesus. Ooh.
I mean, that's what I got. That's when he was like saying that shit. That's what I got out of the shit. But I was just trying to tell him that because he was offering me money. He was asking me what's my cash app, and he was like, could you when you dance, could you like shake your ass too? And I was like, no, yo, I don't do that. My front part of my body is more interesting. Hello.
I had to let it pass. That was so much information.
Oh.
That was so much information. And my thing is this: I went through all the people that Brian has done shit to, and now that the shoe is on the other foot, he's. Did you see him? He said he's embarrassed. He couldn't believe that you shared those things and all of that, and this and this. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know if
saw
you.
that.
Yeah, and he said this, and then he's threatening. He has threatened us again on another platform. Now he took it off. He put it on private, but leave it to the YouTube streets to actually get the screen recording of what he's done. And I mean, and like I said, if I wanted to go to Houston and go to the police department and say, hey, you have someone who works in law enforcement security with a level 3, meaning that they can carry a firearm, sitting here threatening folk, stalking people, and this is the evidence. And I'm a little concerned about this, knowing what has happened to over 5 YouTubers that I know, either being seriously hurt or unalive and this person with this firearm and all of this, and you can see he's not stable with all this yelling and screaming, I'm a little concerned. Now, I would be well in my rights to do that. This is an entertainment apparatus. I don't tell people to click on my link. I don't tell people to put all of their business on YouTube. They do it because they want to. Give you a prime example why Trademark is on here again. Brian was saying, oh, you don't dox, do you? Well, Trademark had to come back to Brian and say, well, you mentioned it in one of your previous lives that's who you bank for, or bank with, rather. You forgot about that. But all Trademark did is say, I know where you bank because you told us where you bank. Am I correct, Trademark?
Yeah.
Did you go search that up, or you got that from what he said, right?
Yeah. And you know another thing that he said in his email that proved that he was like shy, because he even made a comment to say, I can't believe that I'm saying all this to you. He said something to that effect. Like and I was like, oh, okay. You know,
And
like
this is why I decided that I don't want to meet him. And this is why I decided that I didn't want him at Jcation, because if Brian gets close to you or think that you all have a connection or some type of camaraderie, if you go against something that he may like, and it could be innocent, he takes that extremely personal. And then it's like, well, you my enemy. And one thing he said that I want to correct is, he is my enemy. Oh, no, I'm not your enemy. I'm not your enemy. That's in your mind. I come to do a show. I come to be entertaining. I come to be funny. I'm not your enemy or your friend, because at the end of the day, I'm here for entertainment. I'm here to do my show. There are no friends on YouTube. And so, again, just because you don't know the business of the beef sector, that doesn't mean I don't. And so, again, Trademark did what he did because Trademark said, well, I'm sorry, Rico. And Rico, this may hit you, but this ain't personal. This is just real. Rico, if you had a bigger platform, Trademark may have given it to you and you could have run with it. But baby, I got a bigger platform over here. Now, it ain't like T.S. Madison platform, and I ain't trying to get into the bragging, but Trademark knew it would be traction over here. And he knew that, hey, you went to Shish Trish, well, I'm going to go to Jay Wilson. Trademark ain't dumb. Trade is about business, too.
Yes, I am about
and
business,
like I said,
but
Enrico, this ain't personal. Here you are taking it personal with caps, and I'm being real. Because nobody ain't going over there to mashup land to hear this. Girl, it would have went down, but baby, right here, it is what it is. Ho, shut up. Ho, shut up. You get on my nerves. Use another sensitive hoe. Trademark, watch this hoe. Watch that hoe right there. Because, honey, that hoe already got you implicated in two things. I'm glad y'all worked it out. But watch that hoe. Watch that stinking, porn bombing hoe right there. He already done told the folk that, well, no, but hell, nobody didn't know this. That's what I'm saying, Rico. You interviewed him, but nobody didn't know how. That's the whole point.
hey, but look, can we stop talking about Rico?
That's the whole point. No, because that hoe just popped up in here. I said, don't take this personal. That hoe just popped up in here. She better go sit down somewhere.
But look,
anyway, well, if I watched you, I would have known that you did an interview. Ho, nobody didn't know you did an interview. Go ahead, Trademark. That hoe gets on my nerve. That dirty fingernail hoe gets on my nerves. Talk to your boy. Talk to your boy, Trademark. Talk to your boy, Trademark. Talk to that hoe. Tell that hoe to calm down over there. How Shanae said, talk to him cold. Talk to him cold, because you know I don't like you anyhow. That's what Shanae said to Gina. Talk to him cold. Ah, go ahead, trademark.
All right. I just want to say something about something that you said about far as me coming to your channel opposed to going to Rico channel. I wouldn't have went to Rico channel not because he don't have no traction, because it wasn't even about that. Like I told you before, I do think business, but like, why would I go to Rico channel to spill this when everything happens around your channel? Because to be honest, like I told you from the beginning, you played a very big solid part in
Well,
the
you just
media.
proved my point, trademark. You just trying to be nice to that hoe. But we gonna give it to her. We gonna say what you said. You try, baby, you just proved my point. Cause that hoe ain't popping in the street. Nobody ain't coming up for that mashup music.
But
Okay, the
like
only
you
thing
not,
they
but
came up
see,
there for is
you
that King
only
Roman
talking
shit
about Rico
and that
like this because
dog.
you don't like him. You see what I'm saying? Like, and to
No,
be totally
baby, I
honest,
don't care about
and
that hoe. Let me say this: it's about business, and it was business, and you know you ain't get it. That hoe just said you had a interview, and I ain't even see it. Anyway, it don't even matter. Go ahead,
it don't.
trademark.
But now, even to speak on that, a lot of people seen it because I remember that's how I met Duchess Kelly Love. That's how I met Jaded Nerd. That's how I met a lot of people when he first did that interview, and then to be, and then when Decal Duchess did an interview on me, that's when
That's
I
what it.
really met you.
That's what it was. Rico stopped coming in here disrupting Jay Wilson's show while Trademark is up here. Baby, he just like Castro trying to call that man when Tommy was up at that restaurant. Y'all right, because Trademark is up here. He got an issue. He got an issue. And I'm sorry, Trademark, but this hoe does this. This hoe is mad because nobody ain't giving her no money. She feels that she should be a certain place. I'm just sorry. And I'm sorry that this is your friend. But Rico always does this. And I'm telling you, people are catching on to this pattern. This hoe don't have nothing to say until somebody come up there, and then she always trying to say, keep me out of it, but the hoe always inserting herself in the shit. Like when I was talking about the picture shit. Nobody ain't gonna put your naked picture up there, but here come this hoe running up there like she Bo Peep. Okay, this hoe like Bo Peep, like she got something. Hoe, nobody ain't gonna show no naked picture. That shit you do. You do that shit. But there is a pattern with this hoe. And I'm sorry, trademark, there is a pattern with this hoe. And this is what this hoe does. Now, I don't care if you don't like it because that's your friend, but that hoe does that kind of stuff.
It's not so much that I don't like it because this is what y'all do. This is exactly what y'all do. It's not so much that I don't like it. I just don't like it while it's happening now when I'm on here and we're talking
Well,
about
it's
our shit.
happening now because the hoe popped up and had something to say. And all I said is, this is the business. I said, this ain't personal. And the hoe took it personally. That's all. It is what it is. Check your friend. Check your friend. That's your friend. And like I said, little trademark, I'm not telling everybody shit. But you know what? What you did say something that was very, very instrumental. You said, Rico, you know Jay Wilson is telling you the right shit. But because he got issues, he can't listen. But I'm telling you, trademark, you know, like I said, let that man be your friend. But be very careful what you give him. Because that hoe came out and was like, I done seen it. I done seen it. Yeah, we know you don't care about that, but that hoe wanted to have a whole grandstand on him seeing your ping and then tried to clean it up, talking about something you seen it in the picture. Hoe, you's a liar. You's a liar. And you could have kept your mouth shut. But since you got so much to prove to people, you did that. Just like that credit card situation. Now, I don't need, let me say this, trademark. I said nobody ain't going to risk their job for this. But because that hoe did that, because she was fighting with King Roman, she did that, threw you in the mix. You ain't have shit to do with it. And then had the nerve to say that, oh yeah, and you a girl, because he told me you was in some Daisy Duke shorts. How you is worse than Brian, but you disguise it in friendship. And that's all I'm gonna say. Yeah, you know you better go because you know I'm telling the truth. I wouldn't tell you shit. You hear me? Because you ain't a friend. Friends don't sit there and disclose shit. Friends don't use people as weapons when they're fighting with someone. What if Trademark was on a job where they didn't like him and they were willing to let him go off of what you said? Ho, you don't even think about that. Now, I said what I said, and Trademark, you may not like it, but I don't give a damn because I see that hoe. I see that hoe for her work. I see that hoe for her work. You may not. And you know, Trademark, I wonder why. I said, why does Mother and Stump Down not like him? Why does Mother and Stump? I know why now. I know why now. I understand why now. Now, you can do what you want.
I know
but I understand.
I know I can. Like I said, I'm not here to discuss that. I'm letting you go on your rant and rave about Rico because y'all beefing from chat to the panel. I'm not saying shit
Well,
because
let me say something. Let me say
I'm not
something to you.
mad.
Let me
I'm
say
not
this
mad
to
or
you.
nothing
He
like
didn't have
that.
a problem saying that you, him, and Brian was gonna meet. See what I'm saying? Don't be selective. This hoe inserted herself because she wanted us to know that you and Brian was gonna meet. So
But I
that whole
told y'all that
inserted.
though. I
Okay,
told y'all
but
that.
I know. So the
Oh,
whole inserted herself because she really wanted everybody to know that because she wanted to be of importance. So we can go on with that, but I'm gonna tell you, Trademark, I'm just like you. I'm 55 as well, and I call the shit as I see it. That shit ain't that hoe ain't nobody's friend. Okay? I'm just saying. I'm glad that you there trying to help her out, but that hoe ain't nobody's friend. That hoe ain't nobody's friend. That
and
hoe was willing to throw you under the bus for a fight. That hoe ain't nobody's friend. Now, I said it, and I don't give a damn if they like it or not. All right, go ahead.
like I'm going to say, yeah, I'm just listening to y'all fuss. Like, all right, before I do
I'm
this,
telling the truth. When
before
look,
I
Trademark, when I ever said this, and the third. Let me tell y'all something. Trademark has sent me information. I ain't add nothing to it. I ain't take nothing away because I'm not trying to do anything. I'm to the point where I redacted shit. That hoe would have put it all out there unredacted because again, she don't give a damn about you. And let me say something, LaDon, the Joker. It doesn't matter if he looks old. People like older men. I hate to tell y'all that. This is why I say I may have a wrinkled up, folded, creased up face, but ho, I got all my teeth, and I'm in the bill of health. I'm playing racquetball tonight. Folks don't care about no damn age. Some of these young people broke. And you know what? It ain't even about your material. It's just like they attracted the young men. And I think some of these hoes that never had no daddy. I ain't calling you a hoe, dog. I'm just saying in general. Some of these hoes ain't never had no daddy, and they got this daddy thing, and that's it. That's all I'm saying. And so y'all up there thinking that these old men, y'all don't understand. Let me say this. If I was single now, I wouldn't be single for long. If I were, which I'm not, but if I were single, I wouldn't be single for long. I got all my teeth, decent credit, a house, 2 cars. I wouldn't be single for long. And it don't even have to be with a man. Baby, I can tell a woman, hey, you know, I dealt with men and I would still have a woman. See, y'all don't understand that kind of stuff. And I'm not calling Trademark ugly. Trademark is not an ugly person.
I'm ready to say, no, I ain't ugly.
Well, we didn't say that, Trademark. I'm just letting the folk know. But
Oh,
at the end of the day, yeah. But now, Trademark, let me say this. I know you don't like me going in on that man, but I see it. I call it like I see it.
yo, I
I
told
wish
you.
that hoe would have put my name in some credit card fraud. And they're talking about something, you using somebody's credit card, all because this man done ran his mouth. Child, bye. Go ahead.
You sure?
I'm done. I just had to say what I had to say. I'm
Oh,
done.
okay. All right. Like I said, I don't care that like how you and Rico, like you were saying, like being mad. I mean, if you're talking about me, like I'm not mad because y'all like two grown men. All like this is what y'all do. Only difference is I'm used to being in the chat listening to this. And only reason why, like I said, like to be on a panel and listen to this, and I was like, because we were in conversation about something else.
We were, but I'm gonna
And
tell
then,
you
and it
what.
was like
I'm gonna tell you what, grown 55-year-old man. Don't put like you said. Don't put my name in that shit. Don't put my name in credit card fraud, hoe. Don't put my name in a throuple or a threesome, giving the illusion that something's gonna happen. Ho, don't do that. That's all I'm saying, trademark. Now you can
yeah,
sit up there and act like everything is all right,
it,
kumbaya, my lord,
it is.
but that
I'm
shit
not
ain't right.
acting, but I'm just saying, like,
I'm just saying.
why can't I just be all right with it? Like I can
You could
accept.
be all right with it, but I'm calling the shit out.
All
Now, if
right,
you fine
then.
with that, then you be
Yeah,
fine with that shit. But I'm calling it out. Because that hoe
yeah.
ain't going to sit there and act like little Robin Hood and she the victim. Ho, you better sit down somewhere. You know I don't play
So
that shit, trademark. You done been around me long enough to know I don't play that shit, and I'm going to call it out.
that's why I'm sitting here listening. I'm not
All
saying
right.
anything. I've been
All right.
quiet. I've been sitting here listening. Where I'm not
Okay.
going to partake in it, but I'll
Okay.
sit and
Because
listen.
that done pissed me off.
God damn. Is you going to church today?
I sure am.
Right, right. Okay, go to church. Go to church.
And I'm going to tear it up when I get there. I
Yeah,
sure am.
yeah. Yeah, you know, that's what my family did too. Like they were piano players and they played for churches.
That's right. And piano players will fight you. And honey, because let me tell y'all something. In order to deal with all them hellions in the choir, okay, you better have a backbone. What the hell? Anyway.
Yeah, but it's like it's cool. It's all good. Y'all gonna
Mm-hmm.
fuss, you going to do that even if I'm not here. But I just wish I wasn't. I wish we could have just continued, to talk and shit. But
I'm talking. You'll go right here. I'm done
yeah,
with it now. I just had to say something. That whole popped up with caps. Don't come and check your boy. Check your boy. That's all I'm saying. Check your boy. He respects you. So check your boy.
I ain't gonna check nobody because I don't
Okay.
allow people to
All
check
right, well, if
me.
you ain't gonna check them, then you gonna get this, baby. You gonna get this. I'm just saying. I'm just
Yeah,
saying. I'm just
yeah,
saying.
grown motherfucking man.
Okay, yo, you
I
know
got
what? And
kids.
I'm
I
glad
have
you
checkers.
said
I
that
want it
because
for real,
people
for
act
real.
like that man is 18 years old. That man is almost
I
35
got
years old.
children that I have to keep in check. I have kids that I have kids that I have to keep in check. So keeping Rico in check, and he's a grown man. He good. We
Okay.
talk when we need to talk. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And to be totally honest, everything that you just said to him, I've already said to him. Like, I don't care to discuss that. We talked about that because we talk about it privately. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
I hear, that's what I'm saying. I hear what you're saying, but
Mm-hmm.
right now, like you said, this is for entertainment purposes. And that's why
Uh-huh.
you doing it here. I'm being quiet. I'm
Mm-hmm.
chilling. And
You
that
see
you
what?
see,
You see what? Our trademark fortune said. He done told that hoe. That hoe don't listen to nobody. He only listen to his own mama. Okay.
and then
You
you
see
done
what
took that and
trademark just
gave it
said?
legs and you going somewhere with
You see what trademark just said? I've been telling him that. The same thing you said, Jay Wilson. I've been telling that hoe that. That hoe don't listen.
it.
That hoe don't listen. Okay. I
So
got
Jay
that.
Wilson, when is your vacation? Like, what month is it going? You still haven't decided the
It's
month
gonna be
yet?
in September.
September. Okay. God damn.
Mm-hmm. It's gonna be in September. So yeah, I'm an Aries, baby. I'm gonna let it go in a few minutes, but baby, I'm
Like, actually, because I'm a Taurus and my sister Aries. Our birthday was like weeks apart, but she was just an Aries and I was a Taurus and shit. But I know
yeah. So I'm sure your sister ain't nothing to play with.
I don't speak to her.
Well, see,
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 for real. I'm gonna tell you what type of person I am. Like when I'm done with you, like I'm done with you. Like I would never, ever be friends with Brian again. Like I'm done with that shit because like you fucked me over. You see what I'm saying? You did the ultimate to me. Like how you keep talking about that Rico shit. Like I told you, I think more logical when I was thinking. When I first heard that shit, the first thing I did, I started laughing. I said, "Oh, him and that nigga must been fussing." Because, like I said, on the for real, y'all don't even really like know farts about that job and shit. Like I ain't give a fuck. But I feel that y'all gonna say something about it. But like I didn't give a fuck. And like I said, I talked to him about that credit card shit. He kept apologizing. I was like, yo, I'm not even like really mad. I'm not gonna like stop being your friend. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
but the
still
credit card thing is one thing, but then he gonna talk about something. I seen it. I
that
seen
part
this
that
gene. I
everybody
seen this
saying my
gene.
fucking
No,
check
no,
this out.
no, no,
Everybody
no.
saying
Let me
my
tell you
fucking
something. Let me tell you
yeah.
something. It got to the point where he said it so much, and he kept on saying, "I met him. I met him, and it's cooking good too." I'm like, "Well, how did you touch it? Did you
But
gobble it
look,
down?
but see,
Because it
but like
sound
you
like
didn't
you."
watch, but see, check this out. Because you didn't watch the interview, you would have known that already. Because when he did the interview, I cooked all that shit. He did the interview. He did the interview, I cooked, and then I gave him his.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you don't know that.
Yeah, but see, this is why you over here now, because had he been popular, I would have. That's why you
And
over here
no, and
now.
for real, check this out. I'm gonna keep that shit 100. I swear to God. When I heard Brian saying that shit on Sis Trish, and after it was over, the first thing I said to myself, Jay Wilson gonna be on this shit. Now, even if Jay Wilson not hearing this shit, but like he always say, somebody always want to send him a motherfucking email. And I said, this is juicy. I already knew that this would fly over here on your with you in your platform and share.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
I knew it would have popped over here. I
Mm-hmm.
knew it
Say
was.
that again.
And check this out,
Say that again.
whole check.
Say that
As
again. Hold
soon as
on.
I
Hold
woke
on.
up in the
Say that
morning and
again.
turned
No, no,
my
no, 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 no,
phone
no,
on,
no. Hold on. Say
no,
that again. Say that again.
no, I don't want to say it again. You know what I said. You just want me to say it forever. I want to keep continuing on what I was saying.
No,
They know
I
what I
wanna,
said.
I want the people to clap on that.
So anyway, but
Go
here's
ahead.
another thing. When I woke up that morning, the first thing when I turned on my phone and I seen you was live, the first thing I heard that came out your mouth was trademark such. And then that's when Miss O said what she said, and that's why I hit the link. But more than likely, I was going to do it anyway. But when I heard you talking about it, I said, "Damn, I'm gonna do that shit now," and I just hit the link. And then
Mm-hmm.
like
Because
I was saying,
everybody
it was
have an angle. Everybody have an angle. Everybody have an angle. See, everybody got an angle. Everybody got an
so
angle. And I ain't
right.
mad
So
at that. Let me say this. I
yeah,
ain't mad at that. Everybody got an angle. So if you have an angle, you just have an angle. Now, y'all, I just put a hoe in timeout because she said, well, let him talk. Well, it is Jay Wilson fashion to be like I am. Now, hoe, you say something again, I'll block you. So I'm just telling y'all right now, you say something, you might get temporary blocked, and then the next time you will get blocked for good. And don't ask to come back. Okay? Let me run my show. I don't have stage managers here, ho. All right, moving right along. Go ahead, trademark, because I had to get that whole told. Go ahead.
you're a mess, Jay Wilson. I mean, when I say you're a mess, you're a cool mess. Like I've normally, like to be honest, I was hoping that this would be over fast because I kind of like miss just sitting in the cut laughing and shit. But now I'm up here.
Go ahead, trademark.
No, I'm talking.
That's what I'm saying. Go ahead. Ooh, it's cold out here, baby. It's cold out here. I'm going to this HEB. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
I'm at the heave trying to get me some
That's
chewing gum.
okay. But that's something like I'm not like really good at like when I hate when the motherfuckers on the they leave and shit and I be up this bitch by myself. And then especially because I can't read the chat. And I can't
Okay,
like
then. So, whenever you feel that way, put on some music and dance.
no because the fact because
That was a joke, trademark. That was a joke.
copyright music.
That was a joke, trademark.
Oh, okay, because I would have done that shit.
I know you would have. Baby, baby, honey, the ratings would have been out the roof. I'm telling you. Ooh, baby, somebody going to church with some dance tights on. Let me stop. Let me tell you something. This is why I hate coming to this HEB on Sunday. Because you just see all kind of fashions. Hold on for a minute, trademark. Hold on for a minute.
Like the only way I could probably read the questions if I go put the shit on my television. And then I can read it while I'm still like on my phone. But on here, I can see that shit, but it's tiny as shit. I think if I put my glasses on, I still won't be able to see that shit. But this shit been fun though, for real, for real. Like it's just been like fun because I've been on this shit with everybody like for 7 years, and I ain't never really like been in no type of situation. I mean, they try to put me in fucking. They always try to put me in some type of situation with Rico, but I always like I keep that shit. I don't say shit. If you don't say shit, you ain't want no shit. You can just assume, and like because we all do that shit, I'm okay if you assume something. Who gives a fuck? But Brian though, I really think something wrong with him. I mean, on the for real. And I'm not saying it to be smart and shit, but like some of the shit he get is I didn't even want to like do this shit. Like, nigga, why you had to fucking say something and then try to call me out? And then want to talk about my kids and shit. What the fuck?
Okay, I'm back. I had to get me some chewing gum and some stuff. And then oh shoot, I forgot to get my fisherman's friends, huh?
When my uncles used to play, they always chewed gum, but they chewed gum because they were drinkers.
Okay.
Always
I'm a drinker too. I drink coffee.
okay.
And I don't smoke cigarettes because you know people chew gum a lot when they smoke cigarettes too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, so now trademark. The word is now. I had to now look. See trademark. I'm taking down rumors because people was trying to have a rumor on you that you living in New York with Rico, and when Rico said that he had a man over, they was trying to say that that man was you. I said trademark live in Baltimore. Trademark don't live in New York, and trademark ain't
Like
gonna be.
stuff like that. Because like when Rico told me that yesterday. And I was like, because he was mentioning it, and I was like, well, Rico, I don't want to talk about that because we know that wasn't true. We
It
know
wasn't.
fucking
I knew that wasn't true.
right. I was like, we not going to like talk about that shit because like I don't like when shit is like obviously
But Rico
untrue.
like that
Like
mess. Rico like that mess. Rico like that mess. Rico like that mess, and you know Rico like that mess. See, y'all don't want to admit that Rico like that mess.
but
Anyway,
didn't
I knew it
someone
wasn't
hold
true.
up? But didn't someone else say that? Because I know Rico didn't say that. Someone else said it.
Somebody else said it, but I mean,
And
yeah.
the only reason why he said it to me because he just wanted me to know that he didn't say anything like that. And I was like, Rico, I know you
Mhm.
didn't say nothing like that. I don't even want to talk about that. I
So
called you
first
to
of all,
talk
I know
about
you
something
ain't
else.
moving to no New York because you gonna have some nice accommodations. Okay, you ain't gonna be laying on no air mattress. Okay, I know you.
But but check
You
this out. I
55.
have
You too
laid on
old
the
to be.
air mattress before though.
Your back gonna be hurting. Okay. Now I ain't say what you had did. Are you laying on an air mattress now?
No.
Okay then. Okay then. Okay then. All right then. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying what you used to lay on. I'm saying what you laying on now, and you ain't laying on no air mattress. Okay, that's all.
So you must play far from your church. Like
Huh?
you travel far when you play.
Baby, I travel far everywhere. In San Antonio,
Like
they don't have public transit, huh?
what's the most miles you would travel to go play at a church?
I played for a church that was like 185 miles away, but it was
Well,
good.
I was already say they must have paid you good.
They paid for mileage, they paid for my gas, they paid me $500. And yeah, because you know, I don't play for one church, I play for many. I was at that church that I was playing for to help them out. But that was not a permanent thing. I gave them a time frame, huh?
I already say my uncles, my uncle, he used to work for the Social Security Administration. And I remember he quit his job and he went on tour with some group in England. I mean, over in Germany. He stayed over there like for a year. Then after that little tour was over, he came back and he never worked a regular job again. He just played for churches. And I
Well,
was
I'm gonna
like,
say this. I don't ever want to play for a church exclusively or churches exclusively because again, I don't want nobody to be controlling my money. And see, that's the whole thing. And so the people that I play for know that I have a career and like I said, but it's an income stream. This is why I sit here and laugh at people when they're talking about, ooh, Jay need that YouTube money. I appreciate it because it goes well with my plan money. So all of that stuff goes well. So my thing is, it's good money. I'm telling you what, I play no less, no joke. My minimum is $525 a Sunday. A Sunday. A Sunday. So can you imagine $525 a Sunday? I make the churches take the taxes out of it. It has to equal $525. So really it's more than that, but the church has got to take the taxes out because I don't play that. So $525. So you looking at $4,000, wait, no, $2,000 rather, just to play. And then this YouTube money, baby, I can go live in Thailand. All I need to do is find some churches in Thailand, and baby, I can go ahead and go on to Thailand. All right, play for the Thailand Church of God in Christ. But what I'm trying to say is, I got things going on, and not to mention that trademark. And I'm not telling all my business, but I'm just telling you why I laugh at people. I teach online with them fake degrees they say I have. I teach I teach world religion, Western civilization, and business because I have a master's in business. I teach online.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, because it said mic is muted. I must have hit the button by
So what I'm saying is I teach for 2 institutions online. So I'm getting money from that. So all I'm trying to say to y'all is let people say what they want to say. But when you got options, you can do things like that. And that ain't a brag. Because I'm a hard worker, baby. I'm a hustler, baby. Okay? Because I'm a hustler, baby. Reasoning, that's all I'm going to say, reasoning. But I want these girls to know that nobody ain't broke. Now, am I the lifestyle of the rich and famous? Am I living in opulence and stuff? No, but I can go on a vacation when I want to go on a vacation. If there's an emergency, I have contingency money so I can go and fly. Okay, I'm comfortable. That's all I'm saying. Am I uber wealthy and all of that? No, but I'm comfortable. That's all I'm saying, trademark. So while these girls up here talking their mess, baby, I'm making my money. And when I tell you I'm making money because it's about that money. That's why I look at YouTube just like this. Because YouTube is another income stream. So trademark, so yeah. But anyway, trademark, are you coming to Jaycation or you want that to be hush hush?
No, actually, I mean I wouldn't care. But no, I did want to come, but like September is not a good month. But I have to check into it.
Check
I
into
wish it was in the summertime.
But you know what though? It's so let me say this. In the summer, San Antonio and cruise ships are not your friend because everybody's trying to get here in the summer. Everybody want to come here in the summer. And so I'm just trying to,
I said, I got you.
Yeah, but anyway, but you know, we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a good time. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Let me say this.
Look, and I was thinking this shit like crazy. Brian, he's so motherfucking crazy and shit. He probably find out where the shit come, and then we be all on the fucking news and shit because he come and shot us up and shit.
No, let me say this. I hope he's not crazy like that, but we don't know. I don't really know what that man is capable of doing. But
for a story.
What'd you say?
I say a nigga do anything for a storyline.
I guess. But it was so funny though, because he was picking at the security guard, and that security guard now is the San Antonio police. And I'm gonna call him and see if he's available, see if he wanna do a little side gig. So I'm gonna call him. But yeah, so it is what it is. But let me say this. I do not provoke people. I try to keep peace with all men, but don't do something.
You do provoke people though.
I don't. Usually people are provoked because they done did something and I do it. But let me say this. In this case, don't talk about me and think I'm not going to have something back. but I didn't have to go off of YouTube to do it. See, that's the whole thing. I didn't have to go off of YouTube to do it. I don't provoke people. I talk about something. Let me tell you what provokes people, trademark, because I laugh about this shit and because I make the shit humorous and where people want me to act crazy and I don't. And that bothers people. And I know it bothers people, but that ain't my problem. Even with this Rico shit, I don't promote Rico. Rico pops up there. I'm gonna tell you. Now, again, this don't have nothing to do with you. But I used to think, well, maybe these people are too harsh on this person. But Rico has a love to hate relationship with me. And let me say this: no matter how I try to help that hoe, she has a vindictive streak. So I'm glad that she has you, so you can talk to her because, baby, that hoe has a vindictive streak, and I don't know what it is, but I don't bother her. And so, again, it's not my issue, it's her issue, but I don't give people access to me who really don't see it for me or is trying to mess up my business. And you don't understand, trademark. At the end of the day, I could be very vindictive to that hoe. That hoe porn bombed me. That hoe is the reason why I started over again. Now, I'm not crying about it because I have been blessed to start over and do this. But that hoe porn bombed me. That was the hoe. So my thing is, for the mere fact that that hoe can even come on my platform, she better be grateful. That's why I know I don't really hate people. Because if I really hated people, that hoe wouldn't even have a leg to stand on. At least she can pay to get her ass up.
That's where people are just so different. Because now, say if that was to happen to me and I got my channel taken away because he porn bombed me, he would never, ever, ever. I guess I'm an evil motherfucker. I hold resentments. Like he would have
Let me
never
say
been.
this: I make it work for me.
And he would never have been on my platform ever again. But that's what I'm saying. I accept that people are just the way they are, and some people are forgiven in some areas where another person wouldn't be forgiven in that area. Whereas though I can do some shit to you, and you might not speak to me no more. I might do some shit to him, and he'd be like, "All right, nigga, don't do that shit no more." And then we slap five on that shit and keep going. That's just life. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And everybody, the way they are is just the way they are. You see what I'm saying?
So I'm good with it. If it's gonna give me a coin, I'll let that hoe up there. When that hoe had good teeth, I said, "Ooh, honey, this hoe got some good teeth." But now that hoe got to pay to get up.
Because when we were talking about the stomp down, because I was asking him like, where did all this shit take place? And he was saying on stomp down, and I was like, oh, I haven't subscribed to him since he lost his other channel. And then I said, aren't you the reason, or don't you be porn bombing him all the time? And he said, yeah. And I was like, and he keep letting you back up. And I was like, that's, put it like that. That shit I wouldn't do. Like, there's, even like on the for real, the same way you making money. Like, I'm not no dumb nigga. I know I could have made money off those Witcher.coms, off the motherfucking emails and shit. I know.
Yeah, but Rico always concerned about other stuff. But like I said, I will use that hoe for a coin, but that's about it. But just to come up, she knows she got to pay her way to get up here, and she don't have $50. I know she don't have $50, but people did pay her up. Not that hoe couldn't even get nobody to get her up for $5. Somebody finally did. Somebody gave me 25. I let that hoe stay up a little longer than what she needed to, but somebody gave $25, and I'm a man of my word. I said I'll let that hoe stay on up, and she did. It is what it is. It is what it is, trademark. But my thing is, yeah, he pouring bomb people and all of this stuff. I like I said, hurt people.
It's put it like this. Everybody got their the way their tolerance and what they can deal with. And this says some shit I can't deal with and shit like that. And that shit, I wouldn't tolerate no shit like that. Like, Brian, fuck you, nigga. Like, every time, because he has coming up on platforms and I've been on there, and he always like, why you hostile? And it's not like that I'm a mean person, no shit like that, but I dislike you that motherfucking much, nigga, because you ain't had to do what the fuck you did. The fuck is wrong with you? So that's how that shit was, for real. So everybody can deal with what they can deal with, but no motherfucker couldn't porn bomb me and then make my channel go away, and I had to fucking start over again and then invite him back on. That fuck no, you couldn't even come on my ship. Somebody paid me. You would have been blocked. We wouldn't even see each other. So why am I up here by myself? Like, what's going on? Does that mean he gone or something? Because I'm getting ready to fucking hang up if he gone. I'm gonna give it like a couple more seconds. And if he don't come back, I'm just gonna hang up. Oh, there you go. What happened?
I'm back. I'm back. I had to put some my receipts into this thing because I'm in this thing where you can put the receipts in it and stuff. Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. But you did a good job though. I heard you talking. Keep on talking. See, you need to have some self-esteem because you can really do good by yourself. I mean, without the music and dancing and stuff, you really do a good job. Okay.
But
All right.
I would, but what would I do? I wouldn't argue with people.
Okay. I mean, you do what you got to do. You don't have to argue
No,
with people.
but actually,
You
to
can,
be honest,
you can
because
stay calm. You can stay calm with these hoes. Sometimes I stay calm with the hoe. Sometimes I say, well, what is going to get? See, again, there is a method to the madness trademark. Am I going to go off on this hoe? Because I know that's going to set the algorithm up, but you don't want to do that too much. Then people get used to it. And then, like, you want to give a person a good cuss, but that should be like once every quarter. You shouldn't cuss all the time. Okay. Yeah.
but my whole thing is this: who would make me cuss? Like you see what I'm
Oh,
saying? I
people
would
will
have
make
to
you
go.
cuss. Ha! Ha!
No,
People will make you cuss, baby.
no, I would get ready to say like it. I've been here, like I said, for a long time, and even like listening to everyone, like no one never makes me really want to like cuss them out because like even though you do stupid shit, if you do stupid shit, you just do stupid shit. As long as I'm not involved in your stupid shit, I can just sit back and just trip off of you.
Well, this is the thing. You gotta what is going to involve the audience or algorithm. You just gotta know it's a delicate dance. That's all I'm gonna say. It's a
Now I'm gonna
delicate
tell
dance.
you. Now I remember at one time I thought about because I've been interviewed several times, and every time I've been interviewed, no one asked the questions that I wish they would have asked me, and I wasn't going to tell you to ask me or lead you in that direction to ask me these questions. So it made me think about doing like story time and shit, because I'm not going to say I'm
So
not
how
using,
did you become gay?
huh?
So how did you get into this lifestyle? Was you born, or because some people say they got in? How did you get in here? Because again, trademark, you have a proclivity to men. So I know you was married and you had children, or you had children. Let me not say you was married, but so how did you start liking men?
I've always liked men. The
Really?
question, the question is, how did I start liking women? That will be the question to ask me. And
Well,
I've
how did you
always
start liking women?
pretty much through my family. Like my family always like bought chicks over there so I can fucking shit. Cause I always thought that maybe my family had an inkling when I didn't even have an inkling that I might be gay. So I got pussy. And once I got pussy, I discovered like, damn, pussy ain't that bad, but it didn't take away my feelings from being attracted to a guy. I just like the pussy.
Oh, that's gonna scare a lot of people. Cause see, people don't understand that. They'll sit there and laugh and say, "Oh, Jay, bisexuality." But
But
see,
here's the
again,
hit though. I never claimed to be a bisexual, only by society. Because if you have sex with a female and a male, you're considered bisexual. So society said I was bisexual, but I remember I will always still say I was gay. Now I would have never said that when I was married, but even if I had a girlfriend, I would always, had to like say I was bisexual, but I never was like true to it because like I believe with some people bisexuality, is just like marijuana, where it's a hybrid and it could be more sativa leaning or indica leaning. And I think that is like with bisexual, my bisexual was more tending to be gay, but pussy just was good.
well, see, this is what I'm saying. I think it's a spectrum because you got some people who ain't never seen no parts of the vagina. They don't, they
Yeah.
don't, they don't get that. They don't. So my thing is, but I don't argue with people. I don't argue with people. I don't argue with people. but you just made that statement. And my thing is, obviously you done had some vagina because you done had some kids, and
Now,
nobody
but
ain't
check
dropping.
this out. Check this out though. But I don't have a desire to be in a relationship with a man. Like I always listen to you and y'all talk about relationships, and I was like, that shit is so overrated. I've been fucking single damn near for 20 motherfucking years.
But
Since
this is
I
the thing. I like my relationship. I love my relationship. I'm not quite opposite. I ain't never seen it for no women that way. I mean, the sex was good, but I didn't want to be in a relationship with them because it's complicated. This relationship is not complicated. Very simple, very straightforward, so on and so forth. So that's
but here's
all
the
I'm
hit
saying.
now. Now
Everybody is
this
different.
where I was a little different. I was only turned on by being in a relationship with women. If a female, if she bared my kids, is on like popcorn. The entire time I was married, I did not mess with dudes because I was more turned on by me, my wife, and my kids because I knew a guy couldn't give me that, and I wasn't trying to. And no disrespect to people who do that, but I didn't want to raise my crackhead cousin children, and I didn't want to raise no foster kid. I wanted my own motherfucking kids. If I can make my own kids, I wanted my own kids. I was determined like to have kids. So that's why I always say like I couldn't be but so gay because I wanted kids and I wasn't doing it no fake ass way. I was going to fuck for my kids, and because I have a nurturing nature, I knew I couldn't make no kid and then just leave y'all. So I say if I had kids, I'm in it. I'm in it.
Interesting. So again, you all, what I keep on saying, there's a spectrum, but people want to say, "Oh, there's not." Well, trademark is an example of somebody who is on the spectrum where he likes the relationship with women. And again, everybody's
No,
different.
I didn't say I didn't. No, no, I didn't say that I like it. I only would like it if it was children involved.
Got
But
you.
but put it like this now. Look at me now. Since I've been divorced and I've been by myself, I've been by myself because I don't want no girlfriend. Now, I thought it would be easy to be with a dude, but because of the way I carry myself and the way I am, most guys who are normally attracted to me are girly type guys. I remember like when I had custody of my kids, guys was like, I can be their mother. No, the fuck you can't, bitch. And they can't be your children. If you want children, you need to go make them. You're not going to join my family just because it looked like it's a ready-made family, and I'm not trying to have no kids because I'm gay. No, fuck that shit. Like I didn't like the whole
And
time.
it's so funny that you say that because I don't think like that. First of all, those are your kids with that female. I don't want nothing to do with no children. We have a relationship. Your relationship with your kids is yours. If anything, the only thing I could be is a friend or maybe associate to your kids, but that's it. We can have a
Like
good
you
relationship.
would like actually to be honest, you wouldn't even know my kids.
Well, see, that's the whole thing. And I wouldn't want to know because I don't want that. See, everybody gotta want what they want. I don't want that. My thing is I want you to have your shit. I got my shit. We have shit together. I will take care of you. You take care of me. If something happens to you, I'm gonna be there for you. If something happened to me, be there for me. But that's what I want. I don't want no, well, I have it. So, but I know what I am and what
Well,
yeah. I
I'm
don't
and
want that
I
shit.
and you know what's so crazy, right? Just recently, like, even though my kids know I get down, we never talked about that shit. Like, we never, my family, because I'm not into the whole LGBTQI shit. I always tell people that, back in the 70s, it was just the gay community. Then it turned to the lesbian in the gay community. And my contract pretty much stopped there. When they started adding all the letters now, if you want to be part of it, you can. But me, myself, I can't be part of no shit on the blind, whereas though I just wake up and get up in the fucking morning and they added an extra letter to this shit, and I'd be like, all right,
Well, let me
LGBTQI.
say something. Let me tell you why I'm in it. Let me tell you, and I hear what you're saying, but nobody has a right to fire you because of who you love. Nobody has a right to mess with you. This is my biggest thing. Everybody has the right to peace, prosperity, and the pursuit of happiness. The preamble. You know, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. My thing is whatever makes me happy, long as it's not infringing on you, it should make you happy. Me being married to somebody who I love don't have nothing to do with you. Long as it's not infringing on anybody's peace, liberty, and I see stuff that's happening. I never forget when somebody was getting ready to beat this ultra, ultra effeminate man ass when I was living in a city that was very conservative. And I'm like, no, you ain't gonna touch him. No, you ain't gonna touch. And the person walked away. And I'm like, see, it's that kind of stuff. So I understand what you're saying with that. But
And then
my
even
thing
like
is,
this, and I look and I look at it like this too. When I go to a gay pride, if I was to go to a gay pride, I wouldn't go to your quote unquote LGBTQI. I'll go to Black gay pride.
well, that's what I do. I go to
You
Black
see what I'm
Gay
saying?
Pride.
So it's like it don't have nothing to do about me denying who I am. It's just not like that LGBTQI shit is too white for me. I'd rather stay
I
with the
got
niggas.
it. And this is
That's
why
so
I
that's
say
that's that's
same
what I
gender
that's
loving. People like, well, why don't you say gay? Well, a black man came up with same gender loving because he did not like the white definition of gay, because same gender loving means I love this person. It is more than just some hunching. I love this person. I love this person's attitude. I love this person's personality. I love every aspect of that person, and sex is only a part of it. And that's why he came up with same gender loving. But these hoes don't even do the research to know how that came about. But I don't try to go there and educate them, because you get tired of educating people on stuff. But that's why I say that. Go ahead.
And like, to me, being gay is just for me. Now remember, I'm a type of nigga that 99% of the time I keep the focus on myself. I'm not talking about what people do. I'm talking about from my experiences. Like me, like I never was into like I never like wanted to have a guy, and like it was a very short period of time that I said I'm gonna try to get into a relationship with a guy. Like when I was in like my late teens. And most of the guys I would meet, they will all be fucking feminine. And I just didn't like that. And it's not, and it's not for the feminine guys, because normally if I say some shit like that, they will attack me and shit. You're not no man and all this type of shit. I am who I am, you know what I mean? But like that's just not my gist. That I prefer guys that's boys. I call them boys. And because most guys that I like normally are bisexual, and they might stand more to be more straight than fucking with dudes. I've just been like, I'm not going to compromise, because that's something not, like I'm a Taurus. I don't compromise shit. It's got to be my fucking way. And so if I can't get what I want, I just stay by myself. And then I've been
Well,
I've
I didn't
been
think I
sing,
was
I've
going to even
been
be with
single so motherfucking long that
you.
I had custody of my kids like since the year 2000. They were
Mm-hmm.
babies when I had my kids, and they're like grown-ups now.
Mm-hmm.
And my daughter, that's why I know I was saying, my daughter had called me up and she said, "Hey Dad, can we talk about something?" And I said, "What?" She said, why you never be with nobody?" She said, I get it that you didn't want to do that while raising us. I can get that. But we've been gone like for 10 years now, and you're still by yourself. And I was like telling her, because I choose to be by myself. And plus I'm so used to being by myself, I'm not even willing to share my space with no one. That's how comfortable I am being by myself. I made a little jokey joke and say, if I holler out and just say, "Hey, I love you," my echo probably would say, "Come on, nigga, let's just be friends."
Interesting. See, Trademark, we share some commonalities, because at the end of the day, I thought I was going to be by myself, because I'm good with that. I've been in relationships, but it's those situations that will come about in your life which will change some things. But one thing I can say about my relationship is that we understand each other. We respect each other's space, and we love each other dearly. So, but you never know. That's all I can say. You
No, I'm gonna put
never
it like
know.
this. I'm not the type of person that, I'm the type. I think I sabotage. Like if somebody trying to get close to me, like I cut that shit off. Like, cause I don't like motherfuckers be trying to stay the night at my crib and shit. Like, get the fuck out. Like, I don't
But
like
see,
shit.
this is the thing though. When you really like that person, you want that person to stay at your crib.
Well,
When you really,
but see, and now I'm telling you that I'm that selfish of a nigga.
wow, okay.
Whereas though I'm telling you, I'm that selfish. Whereas though
But
I
you will
don't,
meet the right one, and somebody's gonna make you that hard.
I
Because let me tell you something. People who somebody will get to the point where you will want that, and they're not gonna force it on you. They're not gonna force it on you because when they, it sounds like the people you're meeting may be having some insecurity issues or need
no, they
validation or need.
don't. No, they're
No, no,
not
and the
that
reason why I'm
insane.
saying that
No,
is because a person who really knows they will like you and they'll do what they gotta do, but it'll be to the point where you like it. But you said that you don't know yet, but I
I
don't
don't.
know.
But see, here's my hit on, and I tell you another thing, and I ain't trying to be nasty, no shit like that. But like one thing is like the biggest problem for me a lot of times is the sex part of it. Because most of the guys that I like, they want to flip flop and shit, and I ain't into that flip flopping or flopping and flipping. And so I have to respect that you want some sometime and shit, and like that's something that I never in my life, and I'm not saying it to try to brag or no shit like that, but I never had a desire to do that shit. I never in my life had a desire for somebody to fuck me.
Mm-hmm.
So when I meet guys and they was like, well, I get done, and I say, well, I don't. Oh shit, this ain't gonna work out. I
But
can
that's the
just
thing, though. Trademark. See, again, you don't know all the guys, and
I know
all
I
I can
don't.
say. Let me say this:
I
there's
know I
somebody for
don't. I know I
everybody.
don't know all. I know I
But
don't know all the
look, I'm
guys.
saying there's somebody for everybody. And in
Yeah, but the
Baltimore,
person, and I always heard that, and I used to always make a joke. Yeah, there can be somebody for everybody, but the person for me might be in China.
well, you might have to go to China then. But I
No,
say
but
this.
but but here's the and then I said, so now you say I gotta go to China. And I just look at it like I'm a type of person that I place shit on statistics. And I say to myself, and I always tell people like the likeliness of me being in a relationship is low because I don't yearn for it for one thing. You
That's
see,
good. I got you.
I don't yearn for. I don't want it. Most of the people who come my way is not my type of dude.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then most of the dudes that are my type is just where as though we more like homeboys and we just kick it sometime. And see, on the for real, I'm okay with that because I didn't want it. Like when I was raising my kids and shit, I didn't want like dudes and shit coming in and out my house and me laying up in the bed with another nigga and my kids come downstairs, Dad, can I have some cereal? And then the other dude like, go ahead, baby. You see what I'm saying? I didn't want none of
Well,
that
well,
shit.
and that's understandable. I mean, I applaud you for that. But let me say this: you live in Baltimore. You live in
Yeah.
the state of Maryland. Trust me, there are some dudes who do not want reciprocation, and they're very
No,
masculine.
but check this out. Statistics says now, and like I told you, I'm only going by the people who I meet. The people who, even if I get on that app, I can get on Jack right now. Well, I'm on Jack, but you can go through. I have probably about 60 motherfuckers from people named like this: Bootylicious, Butter Bottom. I don't like shit like that. I don't. That shit like to me that sounds feminine to me. I don't
But
want.
but my thing is this, Mark. Trademark. This is the thing. You got to get to know people because, again, I find out that a lot of guys, and I'm not saying you, but a lot of guys who are uber masculine who say, I don't do this, do this, they do. So I just think
Even
that you
check
have
this
to,
out. I put it like this. I sometimes meet those guys too.
uh
I
huh.
mean, especially the young niggas. Like the niggas that be in their 30s, they always the lying ass niggas that say that they're motherfucking top, and then you come over this motherfucker, you let me dig all up in you. But
Mm-hmm.
here's the hit. But here's the hit with those type guys. Those type guys only gonna let you come over when they feel like being fucked. but once they leave your house, they back to being a verse cop or a cop and shit like that. So those type guys aren't relationship oriented. And like I was saying at first, because I raised my kids from like babies until they left my house to go to college and shit. And shit, my son, he kept coming back and forth, but he finally out for damn near 20 years. So that 20 years, I never had that type of stuff going on in my life. So when I would meet that dude like that, I was okay with it. How often you want to come over? Once a month? That works for me. See you next month. So that's why I'm saying it's more than likely that I don't see myself like being in a relationship with someone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, things happen.
And one more
All I
thing.
can say is things happen. 55 years old now.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
mean,
saying. But
but
if
things
it put it like
happen.
this, if it does, it happens.
It does. And I understand
That's
what
what
you're
I'm saying.
saying.
But if it does, it happen. But like I said, I don't think that it will happen. You see what I'm saying? But if it does, it's cool. It will happen. But one thing that I'm happy about, and I know a lot of gay dudes, and they be lonely, and like everybody who they date, they jump into a relationship with. And I always said, like, the only thing that I believe is my saving grace is that I have a family. Like, my family is enough love for me that like I don't care to be in a relationship. Like people always say, if you want to die with someone, yeah, I can die and have kids and grandkids. Like I don't have to like die with someone laying beside me in my bed. That is not
Well,
it's not that serious for me.
Well, my thing is I'm a Aries. I'm a very extroverted, introverted person. I love to be social, but I like my me time, and I can appreciate that. But I think everybody is different. I wasn't looking for a relationship, but I got a great one. I got somebody who is a hard worker, getting ready to retire. Somebody who's smart, who loves me, and I know they. Yeah. It's different. And my thing
You know
is.
what's crazy though? Is this I know this cat that live in Chicago, and I met this person before, and I always say to myself, I believe if we were closer, I could like see myself really digging this person, but
Mhm.
still at the same time, this person is married. And
Wow.
that's why I say shit like that would never work out and shit, you
Well,
know.
it won't. But like I said, I don't know. Between DC, Maryland, I don't know.
But no,
Uh,
I'm not looking like
I understand.
I know the demographics. I've been in Baltimore all my life. I know what's
Hmm.
up the road, down the road, around the corner, and
Hmm.
the hill. I even been there, but it's like on the for real. I'm okay with that. Like I ain't that one that want to get married. Like I would never marry a dude. You see what I'm saying? But if you do, I don't care. If
Yeah,
you
I am
invite me
because
to
I deserve the rights and privileges as other
if you
people.
invited me to your wedding, I would come.
Yeah.
But like
Hold on,
I
let me
would
say
never
this.
do that.
Let me say this trade because I got to go in a few minutes. But I think
Okay.
everybody is different.
Yeah. They
But
supposed to be different.
at one point in time, I was like, I would never marry. But then I'm like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I deserve all of those rights and stuff. I'm a U.S. citizen, and under the law, I deserve what everybody else has. And so I guess that's where my thinking comes from.
Yeah.
But everybody is different. Look, we will discuss this more because y'all, me and Trademark about the same age, and I think we see a lot of things the same. I have to actually say what I have to say because I gotta go. But I'm gonna let me and Trademark, we'll get back together soon so we can really have a good discussion because I think that you have educated some folk about what we've been saying about people on the spectrum. Everybody's not the same. You can't
Hey,
categorize people in the same thing. Everybody has difference. Like there is a diversity among Black people. There's a diversity among Black LGBTQIA or gay people. You don't even say that I'm with the group. I love, you're saying that I don't have a problem. I'm not ashamed of who I am, but a lot of values that they don't have doesn't necessarily reflect mine. And I get it. So I got what you're saying, but we will get together and we
all
will
right.
definitely talk. But I
In
gotta go,
closing,
y'all.
yeah. All right, you be good.
Peace.
All right,
Bye.
okay.